Hello, hello. Welcome for this week's Rebel Report. Thank you for joining me live and, of course, on the replay. Wherever you may be catching this broadcast, let me know you're here so that I can send some love and answer any questions that you might have about this week's forecast. So for those of you who don't know me, who are just getting to know me, my name is Cindy Van Arnhem. I am a quantum numerologist and wealth activator. What the heck does that mean? It means that I help you to understand on a deep level who you are, what you want, and how to get it. So just like we can predict the weather, just like we can predict the stock markets, we can also predict the energetic influences using numerology and the lunar cycles to really understand what's happening for us collectively. And then we can leverage that information to plan our week accordingly and really land into the success that we all want. So for this week, December 21st, 2020, we've got some big energy coming in. It is solstice time. For those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, we're experiencing the winter solstice, which is a time of going inward, of really reflecting. For those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, you're going through that summer solstice, which is a totally different energy. So depending on where you are in the universe, on the planet, will depend on how you navigate this solstice energy. But we've also got Jupiter and Saturn conjunction happening on the same day. And it's really fun to watch Jupiter and Saturn come in together in conjunction because Saturn is more of this accountability, structure, stability, making sure that you're doing the things, staying on track, whereas Jupiter is all about play and leisure and receiving the blessings of life. So when you bring those two together, it's this invitation to bridge the gap between stability, structure, and discipline, and expansiveness, freedom, play. So all this time and me doing my forecasts and all of the other lives that I do, I am constantly asking you, what do you want? Spending time in dreamland, daydreaming, imagining, thinking about what's possible for your life. We've been doing that for some time now. Keep going. This terminology that came through for me today was spend time dream storming. Not just daydreaming, not just like wishful thinking, but serious dream storming, where you are like, oh, and I could do this, and I could do this, and I could do this. There are no limitations on what's possible. You can be, do, and have anything you want. Anything. And this solstice energy and Saturn Jupiter conjunction is bringing in those possibilities on a one energy day. This is rebirth time to really ask yourself, what do I want? And allow yourself to dream that it could be true. And from there, use the energy of Saturn to take inspired action. Inspired action only, not 42 million things because you've got that on your to-do list. But if you were to sit there and say, okay, this experience, this is what I want. What's the first step? And maybe the first step is to take a nap. Maybe the first step is to reach out to somebody. Maybe the first step is to make space in your calendar. Whatever that first step is, just do that. And leave the 42 million other things, because those 42 million other things, they don't matter. 20%, that's that 80-20 rule. 20% of your focused labor equals 80% of your results. We are so busy doing 42 million things that don't matter, that are a waste of time. Dream about what you want, imagine it to be true, and then take that first action step. That's it. This week is really about releasing the attachment to outcome. Oftentimes when we have this idea or this inspiration that we want to do something, we go from, oh, that'd be cool, to, okay, how do I do it? And we skip over the steps where we fall in love with it first. So release attachment to the outcome. Don't take actions based on the outcome. If I do that, I'll get that. If you take the inspired action, then the outcome magically happens. But don't be so attached to the outcome that you can't see the other possibilities outside of that. Your action step for this week, your action and result is to land into a level of true mastery, of bringing the gap between the feminine and the masculine together. That feminine energy of daydreaming and imagining and believing, of leisurely time in the bathtub, whatever it might be. And then the masculine energy of doing the actions that are required to make that dream come true. But inspired action only. Bridge the gap where that masculine energy is just hustle, grind, go, 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 do the things. Take a step back for a moment. Or maybe if you've been in so much of the feminine that you haven't been taking action, bridge the gap. Take some action. Wherever you're at, it's perfect. Either take some action or spend more time in leisure, depending on which side of the scale you're on, and bridge that gap between those two energies. It's time to stand in your truth. It's time to stand up for what you want in your life. It's time for you to believe that you can have it, because you can. So the invitation this week, get very clear on what you want. Be willing to do what it takes to get what you want. Whether doing what it takes means a nap and a bath or actually taking action. All of those are actions, by the way. So I hope you have an amazing week. As always, if you're confused or you want more clarity on the energy of the week, reach out to me and we can talk. I love you. I believe in you, and I see your power.